Konnichiwa, fellow anime connoisseurs. If you're here, you're probably a glutton for psychological torment, soul-crushing narratives, and existential dread. Today we're diving into the darkest anime series ever made. The shows that will break your spirit, leave you hollow inside, and make you question the very nature of humanity. Warning, some of these series are not for the faint of heart. If you came here expecting shonen power-ups and friendship speeches, you're in the wrong neighborhood. Now let's unleash the void. So my first one is actually an honorable mention. Perfect Blue, which is a movie from 1997. Perfect Blue is about Mima, a former J-pop idol who leaves her music career to pursue acting, only to descend into a psychological nightmare of stalkers, paranoia, and shattered identity. Perfect Blue is a masterpiece of psychological horror. It's unsettling, disturbing, and downright nerve-wracking. The line between reality and delusion is obliterated, and by the end, you'll be questioning your very own sanity. If this were a series, it would be top-tier darkness. Also, Chris from Movies and Munchies and I have done a full discussion on this video on our Patreon. You can jump in there and listen to that for £1. We have over 110 videos at the moment that you can get for £1. So check the link. Starting the list at number 10 is Paranoia Agent. A wave of mysterious and violent attacks by a rollerblading assailant, Lil Slugger causes paranoia to spread like a virus, unraveling the sanity of an entire city. Directed by the legendary Satsu Kon, Paranoia Agent is a deep dive into mass hysteria, psychological breakdowns, and societal fears. It's a slow burn horror wrapped in surreal storytelling, making it one of the most mentally exhausting series out there. If you love mind-bending terror, this is a must-watch. At number 9, we have Neon Genesis Evangelion from 1995 to 96 and the end of Evangelion 1997. So humanity is on the brink of extinction, and emotionally damaged teenagers are forced to pilot giant biomechanical weapons against eldritch beings known as angels. This isn't just a mecha anime, it's a full-blown psychological dissection of human trauma, existentialism, and depression. The end of Evangelion is particularly soul-crushing, with some of the most disturbing imagery and nihilistic storytelling ever put to animation. Number 8. Made in Abyss. A young girl and her robot companion venture into the abyss, a vast, terrifying chasm filled with wonders and nightmares beyond comprehension. I came to this series late, and my son said, "Yeah, let's watch this." And it started off all great, and then it didn't. Don't let the cutesy art style fool you. This show is brutal. The Abyss doesn't care about your feelings, and watching these kids suffer through horrific body horror and psychological trauma is an experience you'll never forget. Made in Abyss is equal parts beautiful and horrifying, and it only gets darker as it progresses. Higuroshi at number 7, which is When They Cry. A peaceful rural village hides a horrifying secret. Each year during the Wantagashi festival, people go missing or die in the most brutal ways possible. This anime is a looping time travel murder fest filled with paranoia, madness, and gore. Each arc starts off wholesome, then descends into pure, unhinged terror. It's like Groundhog Day, but every reset is filled with more screaming, betrayal, and murder. At number 6, Serial Experiments. This came out in 1998. Lane is a quiet schoolgirl who becomes obsessed with the Wired, a proto-internet, only to slowly lose her grip on reality and transcend human experience. It's a mind-melting trip into cyber-existential horror. This anime will wreck your brain. It's slow, atmospheric, and crippling at times. The more you understand it, the more it terrifies you. No gore, no cheap scares, just pure psychological annihilation. Number 5, Technolize, and I'm probably not saying that right, but it came out in 2003. It's a dystopian underground city. A broken man with cybernetic limbs becomes entangled in a hopeless battle for survival. Imagine Blade Runner, but 10 times bleaker. This is relentlessly nihilistic, with almost no dialogue and an overwhelming sense of doom. By the time the final episode rolls, you'll feel completely empty inside. Number 4, Berserk, which probably doesn't surprise you at all. A lone mercenary, Guts, battles his way through a world filled with war, betrayal, and grotesque demonic horrors. Berserk is legendary for its ruthless depiction of suffering, despair, and betrayal. The infamous eclipse scene is one of the most horrifying moments in anime history. This anime does not believe in happy endings. If you love suffering, Berserk delivers in excess. Side note, Read the manga. Just do it. Number 3, Happy Sugar Life. A seemingly innocent high school girl, Saito, kidnaps a young child and keeps her locked away in an apartment, all in the name of love. Yeah. The title is a lie. There is no happiness here. Only obsession, abuse, and psychological horror. Watching Saito manipulate and destroy everyone around her is disturbing on every level. If Yandere Simulator was an anime, this would be it. Number 2, Now and Then, Here and There. That's a 1999 anime. A cheerful boy is transported to a desolate, war-torn world where child soldiers are forced into combat and hope is a distant memory. Yep, you heard that right. This anime is brutal. It's torture, mass death, child abuse. Now and then, here and there, pulls no punches. If you're looking for a reason to lose faith in humanity, this will do it. And number 1, Devilman Crybaby. A kind-hearted boy becomes a demon-human hybrid only to watch society crumble into apocalyptic carnage. Where do we even begin with this one? Brutal gore, sexual depravity, mind-breaking betrayals, and the most devastating ending in anime history. This series rips your soul apart. If Neon Genesis Evangelion was dark, Devilman Crybaby is the abyss staring back at you. This is peak despair. And there you have it, the darkest anime series of all time. If you survive this list without questioning your existence, then congratulations, you might just be a true edgelord. What's the darkest anime you've ever watched? Let me know in the comments. And remember, as Griffith once said, in this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control even over his own will. Sayonara, my fellow anime masochists. Remember, live long and Tuesday.